G'day, Family here, and welcome back to our Motorsport Manager Red Bull F1 2022 Manager Mod save. Alright, Singapore GP, one of the best looking tracks, very keen to get into it, but just before we do, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and if you're still enjoying the series, make sure to leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions in the comment section below. Preparation time for Singapore now. The rear wing that we worked on last episode is now complete, so we can work on getting that up to a good standard for the car. We work on the performance to get them up to the potential of the gearbox and I believe it was the brakes, so they're going up to full potential, which is awesome. We're also designing a new suspension to try and bridge the gap, but during the last couple races we've actually lost the best on grid in two areas, so to avoid any risk we're going to give all the best parts now to Perez, just because he's our front runner in this championship and we don't want to take any unnecessary risks to stop him from getting the race win. Alright, so on the qualifying now, over the weekend it's been a weird one. So Russell's been faster than Hamilton in practice, Perez has been, and then in qualifying, so Perez has been somewhat up there with Hamilton, really trading. They even had the same lap time in Q2 and down like 0.018 in Q1. Verstappen's been about 6th, which isn't great for him, but we do 3 runs in Q3 and we get a front row lockout with Verstappen on pole. It's been truly a wild qualifying and just a weird weekend overall with Russell above Hamilton in practice, but anyway, we'll see what the race brings. Race day here in Singapore, and this is a very weird situation. Like I said in qualifying, it's just been a really topsy-turvy kind of weekend. I really thought Perez was going to give Hamilton a go in qualifying, but Hamilton is usually a qualifying expert. He probably has that trait. But yeah, this weekend Verstappen jumped them both, so very weird, but we'll see what happens in the race. I'm hoping that Perez can win because he is the driver we're focusing on. We're going to go on the second because Perez usually gets the better race starts, but 5 red lights are out. Hamilton and Perez get an equally good start. Verstappen a bit slow off the get-go, but Hamilton just slingshots past Perez and is probably looking to overtake Verstappen as well pretty early in this Grand Prix. We'll see what happens. The McLaren of Norris has just dive-bombed Perez as well. Well, not dive-bombed, but driven alongside, but Perez fights him off and then overtakes Hamilton, which is fantastic. And oh, not quite, it's still going to go into that corner there and he gets it done. Good work. Well, it looks like Verstappen's actually got away quite nicely there, but we'll see what happens as this race matures. Perez still battling with Hamilton and it is quite close. We get him down the inside of that sort of straight. Nice work, guys, that was awesome. So maybe that means that he's fully past him now, but now Hamilton's got a problem with Leclerc behind him, so that is going to be interesting to see how that happens. But looks like the fastest lap goes to Norris, which is a bit random, but we'll move past that. We're going to tell Verstappen to really get into the swing of this race a little bit. Tyres are overheating. We'll tell Verstappen a little to just sort of calm down a bit, but he can keep going on fuel because it's so much smoother, and obviously it's going to invite pressure from Hamilton now that we're not pushing the tyres as hard. But I think this is actually quite a hot circuit, so maybe we might actually have to use a bit of conserve, which is not always a feature in a lot of races, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, definitely the tyre temps are raising that a little bit, so we'll chuck it in conserve and see how this race develops. But right now we're sticking the gap in front of Hamilton. It's actually growing as his tyres get older and older, I'm assuming, but we're looking after ours and that gap is growing, and this could be a boring race. And like I said, I don't use team orders, I've said that in the past, but we really want Perez to win this race because, I mean, it's not the end of the world if he doesn't, but Max Verstappen is pretty much out of this championship fight. Let's be real, even with this result he's still 62 points behind, so that's just not going to happen for him, unfortunately. But look at the gap from Verstappen to Leclerc, it is insane. But Perez, if he can just get that extra 7 points, it will put him at 337, fastest lap as well. It's important, I think, that Perez gets the win here, but we're not going to use team orders. Maybe we can do a little bit of secret team orders in the pit lane. I don't know. We'll see as the race develops. He might get him on track, but it is getting to the business end of the season where these decisions need to be taken seriously. So it's amazing how well we've gone on tyres this race. I thought that it would be a bit more difficult, but I guess when we're trying to keep the tyres cool, we use a bit more of conserve. So that kind of explains why their tyres have lasted so long. But we're just going to do something a little bit cheeky here, which would probably be picked up on in real life, but this is a bit of an indirect team order just between you and I. But we're going to get Perez to pit early and push hard on those tyres, and then hopefully can put a bit of pressure on Verstappen after he comes in for his pit stop. But Hamilton is going to actually overtake us in the pit, but that's going to happen anyway because we don't know stop, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I thought we were in front of him, but the undercut from Hamilton works. Let's hope that the Perez undercut on Verstappen works just quietly. It's got a roadblock of named Hamilton, so let's put in Verstappen before we lose too much time with Hamilton. Hopefully he's included in this battle. I mean, I never like to sabotage my race strategy like this, but it's special circumstances where we just need Perez to really win this race if we want him to get world champion. So without using team orders, which are forbidden, we have to sort of get a bit creative, but we don't want to pass the win to Hamilton, sorry. And Verstappen will come out in front of Hamilton, so it's not ideal. But let's jump on board with this Hamilton battle again. I'm starting to think maybe we should use team orders. If we can get past Hamilton, we'll see that bridge. We'll see what happens. It makes sense to use it, but yeah, internal struggle while we see if we can at least get Hamilton early on here. Come on, he surely has to pit again. There's 16 laps. What are his tyres on? His tyres are on 42, so they're not looking too bad. We'll just keep an eye on that gap in the top left, and here we go. This is it. Perez all over the back of Hamilton. He's on conserve because his tyres are overheating. And he goes around the outside, and ooh, watch that bloody car. Lewis made it difficult, but I passed. Doesn't he always make it difficult? And his tyres are not looking great, Hamilton, so I don't think he's going to come back into the mix anytime soon. And he'll have to pit and get a fresh set. So now we come across the team order issue. Now, let's just say, Max, we've identified a bit of engine problem on your car. We need you to go on low mode. Just look after it. Sorry about that. There's not much we can do. There we go. I think you fell for it. So he's really saving fuel, and Perez is going to be very much within the mix now.
What the f*** is this? I just shit itself.
Apologies, Max. We'll try and get it sorted out as soon as possible. But right now, it's not looking great. I'm loving this dialogue here, but with, what's that now? 7 laps to go? Come on. He's got a bit of fuel left. No, remember? Engine problem. Engine problem. But let's go medium. No, we need him to push, actually. I'm just in autopilot mode. We got a gap and turn it up, but here we go. Come on. 1.3. He's still looking after the engine. I mean, the engine is looking, 85%. That's a whole 15% off the maximum it can be. But here we go. Inviting pressure from Perez. We don't want any accidents. Verstappen needs to get out of the way. He does, doesn't he? He really does. But again, I don't use team orders. I want to keep that going because I know the media question will be about team orders and I'll have to make a decision. Oh no, the tyre wear as well, Max. The tyre wear is buggered. Let's just tell Perez to go all out here and hope for the best. Hope he doesn't crash out on overheated tyres. Yeah, that's a bad idea. You don't even get performance boosts. Come on, Perez. You can do it, mate. He's literally... Alright, we're going to have to do it, aren't we? Allow teammate through. Sorry, Max. It has to be done. I didn't want to do it, but it's happening. I'm sorry. We need Perez up in this championship, but he's not letting his teammate through. Oh, no. Max is going against team orders. Come on, let him through. Verstappen... Last warning, let him through. Oh my days, he's not going to let him through, is he? Did I click it? Yeah, I bloody clicked it. Verstappen, I'm serious, mate. We need this. Oh no, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'm sure Perez would do it, but Verstappen isn't listening, which is quite bizarre. Final lap here. Oh my god. It's not going to happen, is it? It's actually not going to happen. Oh, I think I know why. It's not meant to be back up. But then if he lets his teammate through, it doesn't matter. Oh, there needs to be a word in the garage between Verstappen and I think. Perez didn't seem too upset about it, but I sure am. If we lose the championship by like 7 points, blame Verstappen. Alright, so Verstappen on the top step. To be fair to him, he did earn it. He didn't have the best parts in the car, Perez did. So really it lands on Perez most of the time. Most of the way. But, I mean, the team orders at the end was a bit ridiculous. But anyway, Max deserves this win. I'm not too happy because, I mean, the gap is now, Hamilton got the fastest lap, sorry, so it's now 2 points. We closed the gap and we're running out of races to close this gap, so it's a bit painful, but congratulations, Max. I suppose you really won. I knew it, but I hate to use team orders, but in this case I was left with a little choice. Oh my god, we didn't actually have any debuffs from that, which is fantastic. But yeah, still not ideal that Perez didn't pick up a decent haul of points compared to Hamilton. It's 22-point difference now. We've got Suzuka back to back, so we've got to hope for the best. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions in the comment section below. I'll see you next time out for Japan.